White House counter-terrorism advisor John Brennan was in the room with the president and other officials watching that mission unfold in real time. He joins us this morning from the White House. Sir, good morning.
Good morning, Erica.
There have been a number of requests for proof of Osama bin Laden's death. We know that there are photos, even some video. You talked about potentially releasing that. Where does that stand this morning? Will we see any of that?
We're still evaluating what information we should continue to put out, additional information. We have put out the results of the DNA testing, the facial recognition, details about the raid itself, what we're doing now as far as exploitation of materials that we found. So any type of photographic or video material that we have, we're looking at it carefully to put it out, make sure that it is in the right condition, and also to understand what the implications are of such release. One of the things that we have responsibility to do is to make sure that we take measures to guard against any type of adverse reaction to the news of bin Laden's death. We've done that in a prudent way overseas and in the homeland here. So in the coming days, we'll continue to look at releasing additional information.
So it does sound there that one of the considerations in terms of that release is, in fact, retaliation.
Well, I think al-Qaeda has demonstrated throughout the years that it is intent on carrying out murderous attacks against innocent men, women, and children. They may try to use the occasion of bin Laden's demise to try to justify these attacks. So what we want to do is to make sure that we proceed thoughtfully and fully knowing of what the potential reaction might be, and take those measures that we can before releasing additional information.
CBS News correspondent Pat Milton is reporting that this raid actually yielded a huge amount of material, things like computer hard drives, which could, of course, contain some really important intelligence information. Do you have any sense at this point of how active Osama bin Laden was leading up to his death?
Well, I think the latest information is that he was in this compound for the past 5 or 6 years, and he had virtually no interaction with others outside that compound, but yet he seemed to be very active inside the compound. And we know that he had released videos and audios. We know that he was in contact with some senior al-Qaeda officials. So what we're trying to do now is to understand what he has been involved in over the past several years, exploit whatever information we were able to get at the compound, and take that information and continue our efforts to destroy al-Qaeda.
Looking, of course, at not only plan information that have been there, but people as well. I do want to ask you, you watched all of this unfold. I believe at one point you said the minutes ticked by like days. What was it like to be in that room?
Well, I think everybody in that room who was involved in putting this operation together and supporting the president when he made his decision to go forward with it, they understood the different phases of the operation. We were looking to ensure that the phases were unfolding as planned. We were concerned about some type of reaction on the ground, if there was going to be extended firefights, if people were going to come from outside that compound. So we were hoping that it was going to move forward and that we were going to be able to get our people out. The president was most concerned about the safety and security of the assaulters that took the compound. So it was a very tense time, a very intense period of time, and we were holding our breaths, but ultimately it came out very well, and the individuals who were involved in this performed flawlessly.
John Brennan, thanks for your time this morning.
Thank you, Erica.